What's it is Wednesday evening, and I'm back at it again. Listen, begging for hypes as usual. You know how I go, man. I need that. For real. Look, this is part 2. Virginians are catching hell. West Virginians, to be specific. Let's get into this.
Last year, what it was, in February, and then this, you go, what happened?
January 2025, she spent $352. A year later, it's a $694 price tag, almost double.
I can't afford this. I don't have that kind of money.
Stroud uses solar energy and heats her home with a heat pump, but does not have an auxiliary that bumps up the cost when the cold weather arrives.
It can't get out of whack. Something like that really, takes away anything else. Plus, at the beginning of the year, I have my medications and stuff. Is this what we're going to be looking at for the rest of the year and from now on out? If it is, there's going to be a lot of elderly people that can't afford it. But a $300 jump or a $400 jump, that hurts us. That means we have to cut out something else.
Something to me is just not making.
Yeah, them Depends. You gonna have to really just go and get something else, bro. Like them Depends expensive. You gonna have to wear like, what they used to do back in the old day. They gonna put the little thing on. You gotta wash it out. It's kind of sad, bro.
Sense. Every single electric bill I'm getting is looking like this. This is how all my electric bills are looking. How is it humanly possible that I was using 1,500 and less kilowatts every single month in 2025, 2024, and 2023? But somehow I'm using 5,000 kilowatts of energy now in 5,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000 the last 4 months? Something doesn't make sense, bro. And every time I call Dominion Energy, they tell me that I'm tripping.
Oh, they bend you over.
I need somebody to help me understand how a human can use 5,000 kilowatts when I'm never home. Never home. I don't use TV. I don't use heat. I don't understand.
You know what it is, dog? It's them data centers, bro. The data center is using all kind of energy, and what they doing is probably averaging out the surplus in excess whatever kilowattage that they're using and distributing it, amongst all of the Virginia residents. In other words, what I'm trying to say is if 1 billion kilowatts is being used by a data center and it's 100,000 of y'all, they're going to divide 1 billion kilowatts by $100,000 and tack on that shit on top of what you actually use. That's the only explanation, bro. I'm not that smart of a guy. I don't know what's going on. I didn't go to school for electrical engineering. I don't know. But I know that they passing the cost down to you some kind of way.
Come down the road a while ago, I was thinking about my electric bill last month. $521. That's crazy. Got a friend, 1,021, another friend was 880 something. How do these people pay these big electric bills?
Man, with money, dog.
I don't know how these people on fixed income pay these big electric bills. Honest to goodness. And these utility companies, I guess you think we got money just falling out of our pockets. It's insane.
So
I'm gonna tell you how they paying it for it, bro. Like you got a Johnson and you got 2 left nut and a right nut, right? And either side they got a left pocket and a right pocket. Reach in your wallet, pay the bill. Ain't that what Denzel said in Training Day? I was paraphrasing. I probably messed that up, but that you get the gist. That's how you do it with money.
AEP sent me an email saying that my electric bill is projected to be $817.
Man, heavens.
Yeah. There's no way I can afford that. I'm broke. Because of Christmas, my kid's birthday, I ain't got no money. Definitely not $817 to pay the electric bill.
So, I don't normally get on here and say a lot, but I'm an aggravated woman right now. My power bill is almost $900, and
Lord.
I have, the typical home as most West Virginians do. You put plastic up over your windows and your doors and the blankets, and you close off half of your home. And still, my power bill from Black Diamond Power in West Virginia is $864.
Cold bleeded.
And I understand that we had really crazy temperatures, but also on top of that, my power bill was $280 last month. How in the hell did it get to almost $900 in 1 month? Lord help me.
Anyone else?
Oh man, $900, dog. That is crazy. And you know what's crazy? If everybody stopped paying it at the same time, they probably still gonna pack their shit up and leave and just be like, all right, cool. We ain't turning your power back on. I mean, we're not gonna come down on the price. This is gonna call for politicians to step in and look out for the people, but you know, the ones y'all chose, they're not gonna look out for you, and it breaks my heart. It really does.
I also feel like they're getting ripped off by Dominion Energy. This is another one of my properties. Walking up here, you can see the work being done. You got the dumpsters out. This bill came in $600 and some. I just want to show you the property, and you tell me.
In West Virginia?
Is there any chance that this bill is $600 and some? I'm going to walk around the outside just to show you that there's no HVAC unit. See, look this way. Absolutely nothing. Look this way. Absolutely nothing. All right, here I am standing at the other corner. If you look down this way, no HVAC. In fact, there's a pad where the HVAC used to be. If you can look this way, no HVAC. In fact, you can see
it's
all this extra work
there.
I'm doing. Oh, yeah. Look, it's wide open. Oh, yeah. Let me come to the back of the house and just show you it's an active construction site here. So let me do this without tripping. But look at this. It's wide open, right? So, of course, there's no HVAC. There's no electricity. It's all turned off. It's literally off. How in the world is my electric bill $600 and some? I'm now inside the property. Look at the flooring. Look at the shell. I'm going to try and get over on this board here. I'm literally standing in the middle of the kitchen, and look all around. You can even see outside. It's an absolute empty shell. There's no tenants here. There's no HVAC running. There's no lights on. There's no anything. There's no appliances. They'll be behind me here shortly. There's literally nothing. There are no utilities in this house. Nothing. There's not even walls or doors. There's nothing. This is mid-construction, and there's no way this should be over $600.
That boy said that building ain't got no walls, like a $2 hooker. Crazy work, boy. That's wild. Dog, see, other people was turning the electric off. They was going outside, turning the breaker off. This man don't got that shit to turn off to begin with, and his bill $600. Claude, have mercy. Hey, how you doing, baby? Look.
Most frustrating expenses to budget for in Virginia right now is my power bill. As someone who budgets every month, I try to treat all of my bills as fixed expenses. Right now is my power bill. As someone who budgets every month, I try to treat all of my bills as fixed expenses. Mortgage, insurance, phone, internet, those numbers are pretty predictable. Utilities are supposed to work the same way. You expect them to fluctuate a little bit, but not throw off your whole budget. And right now that's tough because the cost of living is already high. Groceries are up, housing is up, and childcare is expensive. So when something like your power bill suddenly jumps, it doesn't just affect that one bill, it affects the entire household budget. This is why stable energy costs matter so much for families in Virginia. Local clean energy is already helping to keep costs steadier, which is making it easier for people to actually plan their monthly finances. And as electricity demand grows, especially from things like data centers, households shouldn't be the one absorbing all those costs. Power bills affect everything in the household budget. What would more stable energy costs mean for your household here in Virginia?
Man, bro, for real, why they charging you so much? You don't deserve that. Come see Nate. I'm playing, y'all.
AI data centers to now be metered like a utility. Yes, that's the horseshit information we're learning about these data centers that are being built all over the nation. That when it's all said and done, this is going to be a metered utility, and you're going to be paying for AI services whether you use it or not. So power companies across the nation are set to start charging you an AI data center fee. This will be anywhere between $8 and $20 a month, depending on where you are. But in the higher concentrations of data center locations like Virginia, you could pay an extra $200 to $300 a month for your utility bills. So not only are you paying for the data centers because companies that use AI are raising their costs and they're passing it on to you, but you're also paying the electricity, the added cost, and you're paying for the water usage, which is very high.
If you're from
Hey, bro, listen, that just made me think about something. Y'all know I stay bitching and complaining about my internet and how white folks in other cities and parishes and just zip codes in general are paying half the price that I'm paying because I live in a blackety black zip code, right? So if I know these sons of Columbus and the patterns that I've seen all throughout my life, I would be very, very cautious if I was anybody black living in West Virginia, because what I would say is this: if history repeats itself some kind of way, y'all are really going to get help left hole in the bag for real. In other words, when Manhattan catches a cold, Harlem catches the flu. What I'm getting at is this. Follow me now. They're talking about $20 to $30 added onto your energy bill, but we already seeing these people shit going crazy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1,200, 1,300. We seen that, right? I would not be surprised if they figure out a way to really unload that cost disproportionately onto African American zip codes in that area, and I would definitely be on the lookout for that shit. If I know the Sons of Columbus, that's what's gonna happen, bro.
Added cost, and you're paying for the water usage, which is very high.
If you're from West Virginia like I am, I say we all follow each other because nobody can pay their power bill because Mon Power is screwing. They're raking our asses over the coals. So if we all follow each other and start making money on TikTok, maybe we can afford our power bills.
Baby, TikTok don't pay number $600 for 1 million views. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, and I don't want to be pessimistic. But they don't pay no real money on TikTok, dog. They don't. TikTok is not. Shit, I wouldn't be betting. I'd be on YouTube. If anything, that's where you can make some money at if you can get some views.
And buy groceries.
You know what pisses me off?
Hold up.
For bill.
Baby, why you ain't clean your shirt before you made this? I know I be having like a little lint sometimes in my bed, but man, I don't be having no full out stain on my look. Come on now. I know your mama raised you better than that.
This is what pisses me off. AEP has a nerve to say that we use $1,200 worth of power to live in a house. Does have heat and some little bit of electric for me, my fiance, our 2 kids. One of the children is here with us part-time. We're never here because we're too busy running the activities for the freaking kids. Do you want to charge us $1,300 to live here? $1,200 just to power this place.
Hey, y'all, totally unrelated, but I would not be surprised if this young fella is 3, 4, 5 years my junior. I would not be. It's just the reason why I'm bringing it up, though, is because I be shooting pool with this white dude. We call him Big Sexy. Well, they call. Well, I be like, what's that? Big Sexy. That's his name. Fuck it. It's a nickname. Whatever. Ain't nothing sexy about the nigga. I'll leave him with my girl butt naked alone. I don't think she'll touch him. But I was thrown back when this dude told me he was 5 years younger than me and showed me his ID. I said, bro, whatever lifestyle choices you making, you need to go ahead on and quit them shits, bro. If you drinking, if you doing cocaine and all that shit is taking a toll on you, bro. You look bad, bro. You don't look a day over 45. I'm not even 40, y'all. I'm just saying this Nick. You know what? Let's get back to the video.
I'm about to turn the damn power off outside myself and get some candles, and our idea of entertainment's going to be shadow puppets on the wall of the candlelight.
So West Virginia had 2 articles that came out December 29th. Let me tell you what they said. They said we pay the highest utility cost in the nation. Yeah. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
That ain't what they tell y'all. They be telling my people that don't steal our shit. You know what? Go off, though.
They also say that we have the highest 0% reported earned income. We have 34% of us that don't report any income. So the poorest state in the country pays the highest utility bills.
So
ain't that how it go? People with money ain't gonna let themselves get messed over like that. Not they gonna go down with a fight. They gonna go out swinging. Poor, uneducated people go out easy. They lay down.
Need recommendations for attorneys, I guess. I live in southern West Virginia in a little town called Dainese. It's in Fett County. I've been going round and round with Appalachian Power for a couple years now for extremely high electricity bills. They have a monopoly here, so you pay it or you don't have power. I tag them on Facebook literally like every month when I get my bill. They swear nothing's wrong. We updated our house completely, 100%, even outside and inside electrical. Had to pass an inspection. Well, we bought another house last month, and one of the cells on it was the way lower power bills. Like I'm talking like 150 to like 380, and I'm like, heck yeah. Well, they made me pay $143 security deposit. After I paid that, it was like, oh, well, you owe an old bill of like 300 and some.
Ooh, dog, they got me like that one time, son. I thought I was getting away with not paying that energy bill from like an apartment I had when I was like 20 or 21 years old. And I tried to get a new spot. I'm like 24 at the time. Calling people up. I'm happy, man. I'm about to get my first real spot, my second spot, really, but calling people up, man, I need my lights turned on. What's your social? What's your name? I was bucked up about that too, bro. Then them people said, boy, you owe like $200-300 from, and I ain't have it, boy. What? Man, you talking about that blew my whole day, dog. Ooh, shit. I remember like it was yesterday. Son, I done been through some shit yet, boy. I used to have to run an extension cord to my neighbor's shit, man. Dog, your boy been through the struggle for real.
Okay, so I have to pay that. It was like $509 altogether. Well, then I get a bill. It's like for $148, and I thought that was like the first month's electricity. Until I get another bill in the mail, and it was $1,145. I was like, what the shit? Like, nobody lives there. We've had so much snow and ice, like, haven't been able to move. So I call, and I even called the Public Service Commission, and they were like, oh, well, you know, maybe something's broke, blah, 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 blah. Like, literally no help at all. Not to mention this house that we currently live in, I just got a bill of $919. So I contacted my bank and asked them to go back as far as they could for my Appalachian Power payments. They were only able to go back to February of 2024. They said if I wanted them to go back further, it was like $25 an hour, which is crazy. It's City National Bank of West Virginia, by the way, which is crazy to me. But so since February of 24, and it is just turned March of 26, I have paid $12,257.92. Yeah. Not to mention the $1,145 and then the $919. That's a total of $2,060.68. So by the time I pay that, we're going to be at $14,318.20. I can't do it.
They are robbing you, Stevie Wonder. That is crazy, dog. That is a lot of bread.
So confused about something. I do not know how AEP in West Virginia is getting away with doing what they are doing to their customers. My bill has been nothing compared to the other people I've talked to. Literally $1,000 or over dollars for a bill for 1 month. My bill was almost $500 last month. This month, it was literally more than last month because who knows why? But I know for a fact when I got my bill last month, I made sure to turn off heaters, to turn off everything to make sure my bill was less than it was. And it ended up being more. It's literally not fair that they hike their prices up when the weather is cold. Because I know I used less this month than last month. And I'm going to be absolutely so mad if it's higher this month because we have literally cut down so much, like we're being cost effective, covering up if we're warm, like trying to do our best to keep the bill down. And I have a feeling it's going to be high, just as high as it was last month. And how? AEP, if you hear this, let me know how this works because it's not fair. It's not fair. West Virginia is one of the poorest states in the United States, and you're literally hitting us over the head.
Meet Rebecca.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know, if I lived in one of the poorest states in the United States, I would probably move. At least to the best part of the state that is. I don't know, bro. I just couldn't see myself being a lifelong resident of West Virginia if I didn't, you know, have the option to. I would have to leave. I just couldn't stay, dog. What? I gotta go where they got opportunities at. Straight up, man. I gotta be where the money at, where the hustle and the bustle at, bro. And it ain't in West Virginia. I'm sorry to tell you that. I got to go.
Michalski, hailing from the state of West Virginia. And right now, Rebecca, along with many other people from West Virginia, are facing a crisis. And that crisis is astronomically high electricity bills. For example, Rebecca lives on a fixed income, but in February, her electricity bill was $940.08. It's gotten so bad that she's even taken out a personal loan to try to pay off the bills. Rebecca says, quote, "Every time you see that power bill, you're just sick," as she rifles through a stack of statements totaling thousands of dollars.
West Virginia has the highest.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all though. She look like if she get up out that chair, her skin gonna come off. 600 pounds. You know what? That's a joke. That's a joke. I don't want no smoke with YouTube, boy. Hey, I got in trouble one time for saying something so it was vanilla, and they got me in trouble. Like, what in the world? When did people become so soft, son? Real talk, son. Let me get my shit off, son. Weak ass
Utility bills out of any state in the nation. According to a report from move.org, West Virginia has the #1 highest utility bills out of all 50 states. According to that report, West Virginians pay the highest water bills in the United States at an average of $121 per month, where the national average sits at around $49 per month. Now, mind you, the majority of West Virginians do not have safe, clean drinking water. Our electricity, natural gas, water, and sewer rates have all taken a hike in the last year. Mind you, our politicians are wanting to stick AI data centers in our state that are only going to increase the rates of our electricity and water bills.
You know, they do that to the people that they can take advantage of easily. That's what it is, bro. People that's going to get out there and make ruckus and noise and complaints. They ain't even trying to go by y'all, man. They going to go by the people who don't have the power to fight back. And unfortunately, the elites think y'all are idiots. Or they think y'all are, well, at this point, they don't think, they know. And they know y'all are not going to vote in y'all best interest. Y'all are basically charity to them. We get to just unload our dirt on you, our trash, our filth, man. Y'all will be our own like landmine, bro. What's the word I'm looking for? Landfill. That's what y'all are to them.
And guess what? The quality of our water still ain't gonna get better.
Your electric bill isn't just electricity or data centers, as they'd like you to believe. It's profits. Investor-owned utilities keep about 15% of your overall bill for just profit. So if you pay $200 a month, $30 of that bill goes directly to investors.
That's what I'm talking
about.
Power,
not repairs, not workers, just profit. And it's rising. It was at 13%, but now it's closer to 15%. But here in Virginia, aka Dominion Power, it is 16%. Believe it or not, some companies are way higher, like Florida Power and Light and Mid-American Energy. They are at 27%. Meanwhile, bills are going up, shutoffs are increasing, and you can't switch providers. Why is that? Because utilities like Dominion Energy are regulated monopolies. That means they are guaranteed customers and they are guaranteed profits that are set by regulators. Here's the wild part. Over time, you don't just pay for the infrastructure, but you pay it back twice. Once for cost and again through profit over decades. The top institutional investor for Dominion Power may or may not surprise you, but you might be a little angry by the end of this. You're Virginia Beach Local, coming back at you. Let's get into it, shall we? Dominion Power is primarily owned by institutional investors who collectively hold about 73 to 84% of the company's outstanding shares.
Hell no,
Only 0.12% are held by insiders, and we will get into that in part 3.
No.
Now back to the institutions. There are 1,825 institutions that are currently holding shares in Dominion Power. But here are the top 10. Vanguard is coming in at 12.19% of ownership.
Shout out to Vanguard, you heard me? I got a little Vanguard, yes, that I'm talking about, you dig? Yay. Not trying to rub it in West Virginia's face or nothing, but I'm just saying I'm invested.
And BlackRock at 9.15% ownership. BlackRock is publicly owned by its shareholders, whereas Vanguard is owned by its investors. The top companies that own Vanguard are Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. And get this, Vanguard is the biggest owner of BlackRock. Yeah. Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon, in a way, run Vanguard, which controls BlackRock. And together they own over 20% of Dominion Energy. These tech companies aren't just investing in power companies, but they're also using it to power their data centers. Running all these servers costs a fortune, so buying stakes in energy companies like Dominion gives them the ability to lock in costs. In short, they're racking up the energy bills and setting themselves up to profit. It's a massive web, but it all starts with these big tech companies.
If it keeps going up like this, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do because my wages aren't rising, but my bills keep rising.
Paige Shallow's winter power bills ranged from $350 to $400.
$362.98.
Now, even in warmer months, she's paying about $50 more than previous years.
Which is pretty significant. $50 a month is absolutely not nothing.
For a single mom of 2. That $50 matters.
Well, look, man, where they pappy at? Where they daddy? Man, they told me all y'all got daddies, man. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. All the dad jokes I done heard, man. Hey, Willie, hey, Willie. Your dad still haven't come back from getting that milk, isn't he? I'm just kidding. Boy, fuck you.
Shallow says she does everything she can to conserve, but it's still high.
We've heard from so many people around Virginia that they're having real problems paying those bills. They're having to choose between paying their electric bill or another bag of groceries or what bills they're going to pay. So it was really important to look at, what's going on here.
That's what Clean Virginia Executive Director Brennan Gilmore says they wanted to find out. A new Clean Virginia report says Dominion Energy bills are rising faster than inflation. The report points to 4 main causes: outdated regulatory framework, dependence on fossil fuels, tariffs, and the rollback of federal tax credits, but also the rapid growth in data centers.
Data centers use a tremendous...
Hold on, y'all. Y'all see, my mind be going all over the place. I want to show y'all something. I lost it.
A framework, dependence on fossil fuels, tariffs, and the rollback of federal tax credits, but also the rapid growth in data centers.
Data centers use a tremendous amount of energy. Some of them, the largest ones, use as much as is produced by one nuclear plant, which is pretty crazy when you think about it.
But Dominion Energy disagrees. In a statement, a spokesperson said, quote, "This report is just factually wrong. For more than a decade, our residential rates have remained below the national average, and they've gone up substantially less than the rate of inflation."
Wow,
Dominion says it invested in reliability and clean energy to keep costs down. On data centers, the company said, quote, "We have also put in place some of the strongest protections in the country to prevent data center costs from being passed on to residential customers. Data centers are not the central driver in the increasing cost of energy. It's inflation for supplies and fuel."
I ain't gonna lie, that was like a Donald Trump answer right there. Straight flat out lies, bro. We just seen all these astronomically high light bills, bro. Y'all gonna sit up here and lie to the people like that? Boy, y'all need to get slapped.
Now there's new laws taking effect in Virginia aimed to shield customers from fuel spikes and prevent costs tied to data centers from hitting residents. For Shallow, who's just trying to keep the lights on, relief can't come soon enough.
Boy, that's cold-blooded, man.
Would love to see my bills not continually increasing. I would love to see all of these hardworking folks that I know not be squeezed absolutely to death.
These perspectives.
Gut-wrenching news. Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. And if you live in West Virginia and you ain't vote for MAGA, bro, this was not towards you. All the jokes, all of the lack thereof, pity, empathy and stuff, that wasn't towards you, man. That was for your counterparts that put that orange Tropicana man in there, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up.